Hey everyone, it's me, Matt. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you've all had a great week. I know a lot of you here in the United States are dealing with some hot temperatures and heat waves. I hope everyone's been able to stay cool and avoid the heat over the last few weeks. So in today's video, I thought I'd go over all the ways I manage pests and disease in my summer garden. With all the heat, you've probably noticed some increased populations of aphids, thrip, and spider mites. And if you live in a hot, humid climate like I do here in Florida, you're probably dealing with slugs, snails, and powdery mildew. So let me show you all the ways I manage these pests and diseases. So I'll start here with an overview of the four main products I use to get rid of pests in my summer garden, and then I'll show you how to apply them. Three of these products are labeled for organic gardening, and one is not, but that one is still safe to use on fruits and vegetables. Starting off, we'll look at this bottle of Diatomaceous earth. This is an all-natural organic product made up of ground-up fossil shell flour. It's safe to use around children and pets. It's an insecticide that kills pests that crawl on and around plants. It's also effective at protecting your plants from slugs and snails. When pests come in contact with this product, it cuts through their soft tissue bodies and dehydrates them. I use diatomaceous earth in my fruit and vegetable garden around the base of the plants and on the leaves, being extremely careful not to get it on or near the flowers so I don't harm the beneficial pollinators. I also use it on my begonias and hostas or any plant with noticeable pest damage. This next product here is called Captain Jack's Bug and Slug Killer. Its active ingredients are iron phosphate and spinosad. This product is organic and safe to use in fruit, vegetable, and flower gardens. It's effective for up to 4 weeks, and it's safe to use around children and pets. It targets a variety of pests, including earwigs, cutworms, crickets, some ant species, along with slugs and snails. I use this product all over my landscape in my fruit and vegetable garden as well as my flower beds. I try my best to apply it proactively in late spring or at the first sign of bug damage. In just a few minutes, I'll show you an area in my shade garden that I didn't apply it in proactively, and now my poor plants are suffering, but we'll definitely take care of those affected plants today. This next product here is called Ferti-lom Fungicide 5. The active ingredient in this spray is Bacillus amyloliquefaciens. It's a mouthful to pronounce, but it's organic and can be used up until the day of harvest. It provides bacterial and fungal protection on foliage, roots, and tubers, and it's safe around children and pets once the spray's been applied and then been given time to dry. I typically use this product in my fruit and vegetable garden to control powdery mildew. I also use it on my butterfly bush, but it's safe to use on a variety of plants, including houseplants, tropical plants, ornamental trees and fruit trees, shrubs, flowers, and even roses. The last product I have here is Ferti-lome Triple Action Plus. This is the only non-organic product. Its active ingredients are mainly neem oil and pyrethrins, but it also contains a man-made substance called piperonobutoxide. The neem oil is an all-natural substance that coats and suffocates pests. The pyrethrins are found naturally in chrysanthemum flowers and attack the pest's nervous system. And the piperonobutoxide enhances the effectiveness of both the neem oil and the pyrethrins. I mainly use this Triple Action Plus in my flower beds to manage insects and mites like aphids, spider mites, and scale, but it's also effective at managing several other pests including whiteflies, mealybugs, webworms, squash bugs, grasshoppers, fungus gnats, and earwigs, just to name a few. So looking at some use cases, we'll start in my backyard shade garden where I should have proactively applied some of these products weeks ago when I originally planted up this space. Starting here with this begonia, you can see it's got a lot of bug and slug damage. I actually did my first application of diatomaceous earth about a week ago, but this plant still needs more TLC before it fully recovers. You can apply the diatomaceous earth directly on the leaves, and you should also apply it around the base of the plant. Just remember, it should be reapplied every 2 to 4 weeks or after heavy rain until the plant has rebounded and pests are gone. Also, you should only apply it in the early morning or in the evening when pollinators aren't active, and be sure to apply it only to leaves and not flowers. Like I said earlier, applying it on flowers could cause harm to the beneficial pollinators. Similarly, I also applied some diatomaceous earth on and around this hosta. You can see something's been eating its leaves too. When it comes to applying the Captain Jack's Bug and Slug Killer, it's really easy. You just shake the pellets out around the plants. This should help control bugs and slugs for the next 4 weeks. I definitely should have applied this product proactively right after planting, but I had run out and then I forgot to order more. But as they always say, better late than never. The next space I'm going to treat is my fruit and vegetable garden area. I started by applying some diatomaceous earth around the base of my squash and melon plants. Then I applied some around the base of my potted tomato and broccoli plants. I also applied some to the leaves of my squash and melon plants. I really like this bottle. The nozzle helps with a more targeted application. I also went in and sprinkled some Captain Jack's bug and slug killer around the base of both my in-ground and potted plants. Similar to the shade garden area, the diatomaceous earth should be applied every 2 to 4 weeks or after heavy rainfall in the early morning or evening, and the bug and slug killer should be applied every 4 weeks. I also use the Ferti-lome Fungicide 5 on the leaves of my melon and squash plants. It's best to treat before disease development or at the first sign of infection. I make sure to spray the leaves, stems, and soil around my plants on a weekly basis during the summer months when we have heavy rain and high humidity. I make sure to spray in the early morning because it's important to give the spray 4 hours to dry before watering if foliage is also going to be watered, and typically we get our heavy rains in the afternoon and evenings. Moving on to my front garden, I also use the Fungicide 5 on my butterfly bush. I spray it weekly, making sure to coat the leaves, stems, and soil around the plant. Butterfly bushes are susceptible to mildew, rust, leaf spot, and blight in Florida's hot, humid summers. Lastly, here's how I use the Ferti-lome Triple Action Plus to control pests on my flowering plants. I recently cut this blue salvia back after I noticed it was being attacked by aphids. You can see I've already removed all the infested branches. When using Triple Action Plus as an insecticide or miticide, it should be applied at the first sign of bug damage, and it's most effective when applied on a 7-day schedule until the pests are gone. Make sure to thoroughly spray the leaves, including the underside, until the foliage is wet but not dripping. This spray can also be used to control fungal disease and can be applied proactively or at the first signs of disease. It should be applied every 7 to 14 days until the potential for disease development no longer exists, and whether you use it to manage insects or fungus, always remember to spray in the early morning or evening when beneficial pollinators aren't active. So it's hot, but I got a lot done this morning. I'll be sure to link all 4 products in the video description for reference. I hope you try some of them out in your summer garden, and if you do, always follow the application instructions. Remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons so you can hang out with me in future videos. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.